Boris Johnson should have been here today in Burnley visiting a vaccination centre. But he stayed at home after a family member tested positive for COVID, meaning he missed what locals might have said to him.
If I'd had a chance, I probably wouldn't have spoke to him, to be quite honest. You know, ignored him. He's ignored us.
I don't really have a lot to say to him or about him. I just think he's shocking.
He should have resigned. Absolutely disgraceful behaviour.
Words the Prime Minister did not hear, not because he had to isolate, but because he chose to follow the guidance and reduce his contacts, leaving ministers to come up with new excuses for the May 2020 drinks.
And we must consider, as this goes to an inquiry, and we look into what happened with COVID, whether all those regulations were proportionate or whether it was too hard on people.
Outside the chamber, Jacob ReesMogg called Johnson a formidable leader. Do you understand that people defending the Prime Minister makes them more angry?
Look, I do appreciate that. I had a message last night from a friend of mine whose 2-year-old grandchild died and he couldn't go to the funeral. You know, how can you not understand the anger that creates, the sorrow, the bitterness?
But your friend presumably was angry with Boris Johnson.
Well, he had suffered a tragic circumstance.
That anger from constituents was being felt by Tory MPs in Westminster, with a number criticising the PM behind the scenes. But would they speak on the record? Thanks, but I won't, said one. Sorry, not around, said another. I'm not commenting, added a third, as a pattern began to emerge. Apologies, I can't. Sorry to say no. Could this one be a maybe? No. After the PM survived day one, those who did speak were rallying around.
He's taken full responsibility, he's apologised, and I think it's right that we now wait for Sue Gray's inquiry to be completed.
It is absolutely unacceptable what happened on the 20th of May. I'm very pleased the Prime Minister has acknowledged that and apologised. Now let's give Sue Gray the space she needs to complete her report.
I think there's a willingness to wait and listen to what the inquiry has to say. It's sort of a holding pattern right now.
There haven't been enough letters from Tory MPs to trigger a confidence vote in Boris Johnson's leadership. But a number who I spoke to today no longer expect him to lead them into the next election. One asked whether there could be a managed exit for the Prime Minister after he's dealt with the Omicron crisis. And there's been lots of chatter about the Chancellor Rishi Sunak in Devon yesterday, and Foreign Secretary Liz Truss holding Brexit talks today, focusing on their jobs and perhaps one other. Anushka Astana, News at 10.